0TX repeater.
All right, so we'll start with what is the NIFOG. As you can see, it's a pocket-sized, waterproof guide that contains communications, references, and information used by public safety practitioners across the country. A quote from one of our peers: "The NIFOG is the quintessential guide for emergency communications. Whether you use it as a guide to properly program public safety interoperability channels in a radio or as a field guide on communications in general, it is a key resource." It is cited by both the FCC and the NTIA as the authoritative source for information on interoperable emergency communications. I expect most of you know what the FCC is, the Federal Communications Commission. In the United States, we're the only country that divides management of the radio spectrum between two agencies. NTIA does the regulations for all federal agencies, and FCC regulates everything else. So public safety, police, fire, EMS, and so on, that's under FCC. NTIA is all the federal agencies. That makes interoperability a challenge because different rules, different spectrum. In various FCC public notices and orders and other rulemaking proceedings, the NIFOG is cited as the authoritative information. It's the reference by which certain rules are, basically they prove in their discussion that this is the right way to do it because it says so in this book. And you know, I'm just a guy. I wasn't even a federal employee. My qualifications was a ham radio license, and I put this thing together, and I've got the FCC and the FAA and other agencies asking me what's the right way to do something. So, you know, fake it until you make it, I guess. No, actually, it was an incredible amount of research for everything that went in here. A challenge is when you find things on the internet, more often than not, it's wrong. And even if you can get the wrong information taken down, someone else will repost it because they copied it and they believe it's correct. So everything was tracked down to an authoritative source. Rules and regulations are written in a question and answer format, so it's easy to digest. And it has everything you need to know about the rules, but only the things you need to know about the rules. It's just what's relevant to the guy or the gal who's on the front line of disaster communications, the first responder, and that includes on major federal disasters. If you're the first on the door, you're the first on the disaster scene and nothing is working, this book is a reference for things you probably know, but you just can't remember. I'll give you an example. You may have done a RJ45 connector 1,000 times, but when it gets to be the 27th hour of your 12-hour shift, it's all a blur. And having a picture in front of you is the difference between getting it right and wrong. And I'm not exaggerating about 27-hour days. When I was on disaster responses like Hurricane Andrew and Hurricane Marilyn, there was no end of shift. It was, you work as long as there's something that needs doing, especially in the first couple of days of disaster. So fatigue and mistakes are common, and just being able to find the information quickly is the difference between success and failure. So this all started with the National Disaster Medical System. You've probably never heard of that. That's one of the best kept secrets in government. It's the civilian version of MASH, if you think of the TV show MASH. This is civilian teams sponsored by the government. They have field hospitals and generators, medical supplies, and maybe a little bit of communications equipment. And when a major disaster happens, these teams are called up. The people leave their day job. They might work in a hospital, or they might work for an EMS system, or I'll date myself, they might be a guy behind the counter at Radio Shack. He's going to be the telecommunications guy, and the team gets deployed. You're sworn in as an You're sworn in as an emergency federal employee. You go out in the field for 10 days to 2 weeks. At the end of that, you're fired. You go back to your day job. Another team rotates in and continues providing medical care.
Hello and welcome back to the Denver Radio Club Learning It for January 7th, 2026. It's a great place to learn about ham radio and STEM topics in general. And thankfully, we have plenty of combined experience and expertise. This is Kilo 1 Delta Bravo Charlie. My name is Daron. That's Delta Oscar Romeo Oscar November. I'm this evening's net control. Tonight we'll be taking your check-ins, comments, questions, updates, and more. We meet every Wednesday except the third Wednesday of the month at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time on 145.490 and 448.625. Both have a negative offset. You can contact us via email at elmer@w0tx.org and on most social media at Denver Radio Club. We also stream and archive our nets on youtube.com/Denver Radio Club. So if you'd like to see behind the scenes of the net or visual context, that is an additional way to participate in the net. This net can be broken at any time for emergency or priority traffic by using the word break. Is there any emergency or priority traffic at this time? All check-ins to the net will be taken in alphabetical groups based on the first letter of the suffix of the operator's call sign. The suffix is the first letter after the number in the call sign. If you can, please try to use ITU phonetics for your call sign at least, and indicate if you have traffic or questions as you check in. If you like, you can follow along with the check-ins at w0tx.org/check-in. With that, if your suffix begins with the letters A through M, Alpha through Mike, please check in now. All right, another call. If your call suffix begins with the letters A through M, Alpha through Mike, please call now. Okay, with that, then we'll open up the whole alphabet. We'll take all call signs, all call suffixes. If you'd like to check in just for the count, or if you have any traffic or questions, please call now.
Alpha Echo Zero Yankee Romeo, good evening, Daron. KF0 Uniform Charlie, no traffic.
All right, Net Control, we'd like to welcome and acknowledge the following check-ins. AE0YR, Ed, thank you so much for checking in. And KF0UUC, Chad, thank you so much for checking in as well. Might be a quiet evening. With that, we're taking all call signs, all call suffixes, A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. If you'd like to check in, let us know your call sign, your name. And if you have traffic or questions, please call in.
0TX, repeater.
All right. We're taking all check-ins, A through Z, Alpha through Zulu, for the Denver Radio Club Learning Net. If you'd like to check in, just for the count, or if you have any traffic questions, A through Z, Alpha through Zulu, please call now. Okay, well, might still be just a new time of the year, New Year's time. Maybe people are still out and about. Happy New Year's, everyone, as well. This is our first Learning Net after the New Year. Hopefully, everyone had a good New Year and good holiday and some good time for rest and relaxation. Three of us here so far. We just got Kenny, KD0CGF, checking in online. Really do appreciate that. Anyone else, though? A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. Please call in. All right. I don't have a whole lot. I have a few stories we can certainly go over. Maybe some things from the QST magazine or On the Air magazine, from ARRL. Right before the net, I was playing a video. You can go and check that out on your own if you'd like. Presentation by Ross Merlin on the origin of the National Interoperability Field Operations Guide, NIFOG. It's let me see.
Communications.
Just very quickly, the NIFOG is a pocket-sized waterproof guide that contains communication, references, and information used by public safety practitioners across the country. A quote here by the Texas Deputy Statewide Interoperability Coordinator, Carla Jurens. The NIFOG is the quintessential guide for emergency communications. Whether use it as a guide to properly program public safety interoperability channels in a radio or as a field guide on communications in general, it is a key resource. This is from the Radio Club of America YouTube page, so go ahead and check that out on your own time if you'd like. I might play a minute or two after the net as well. I didn't see anybody indicate they had any traffic questions. Only had a few check-ins here so far. Anyone else, though? Comments, questions, check-ins? Please call in. All right. Yeah, let's see. I guess over on the QST magazine, celebrating 250 years. America celebrates semi-quincentennial with America 250 Worked All Stations Award. Written by ARRL Radio Sport and Regulatory Information Manager Bart Janke, W9JJ. He goes on to state that during 2026, ARRL will celebrate the semi-quincentennial of the U.S. by holding a year-long America 250 Worked All States Award operating event. To seek the award, contacts must be uploaded to and confirmed by Logbook of the World. For this operating event, ARRL will provide a listing of all W1AW portable stations who will operate for 7 days from a Wednesday through the following Tuesday for 2 separate weeks in the year, an early week and a late week. Just some more technical information. Worked all stations by contacting W1AW portable stations. These are the endorsements. Worked all stations by contacting ARRL affiliated club stations. And triple play by contacting all states on all 3 modes, phone, CW, and digital. So I'm sure this is probably listed on the ARRL website itself. So you could probably find more info on there. All right, we got a check-in online here. I really do appreciate that. mentioned that they're GMRS and found our stream. Really do appreciate that. Hopefully they can learn something and see the differences between GMRS and ham. I really do appreciate that. And it's studying for your tech license. So yeah, good luck for you on that. And there's definitely a lot of overlaps between ham radio and GMRS for sure. So if you've had any experience, I'm sure that'll translate quite well. Let's see, also mentioned here was, Kenny mentioned QRZ has a new award out. I'll have to see if I can check in on their site and see what they have going on here. It's always a great page to check out, qrz.com, for all things ham radio. So, lots of awards it looks like they have here listed on their page here. I guess talking about Q codes, over on the Air magazine, a recent article was taking a cue from Q codes, written by Raul Enders, K3RA. On the Air, you may be hearing other hams talk about QSOs, ask about someone's QTH, or complain about QRM. Here are some clues as to what those cues mean. So a formal list, you could probably find this quite many places, but good information, a good introduction for new hams. QRP, should I decrease power? QRT, should I cease operation? QRX, should I stand by? QSL, one of the more popular ones, obviously. Can you acknowledge receipts? QST, general call preceding a message addressed to all amateurs and ARRL members. So if you're ever interested in understanding what those Q codes mean, definitely there's plenty of resources online to define them. All right, anyone else? Comments, questions, check-ins, anything else? Please call in.
Question AE0YR.
Yeah, AE0YR. Ed, please go right ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Ed in Arvada. I was up on South Boulder Peak in the Flatirons here a couple of weeks ago, and I had my handheld with me. And that's right here on the front range of, Denver and Boulder, and lots of people. I threw my call sign out, both on the 14652 as well as this repeater we're talking on. I got nothing, no responses. And it reminds me that over the summer I was on Mount Massive, of all things, one of our 14ers up at the summit, and the same thing happened. So I'm starting to think about a portable. I got a base station, I got a handheld, I got a mobile, but I don't have a portable, and I'm wondering if anyone here has a portable that they use, that they like. It's a new arena for me. I have not dabbled in it yet. A portable that they use that they could tell me about?
W0TX repeater.
All right, great question there. Yeah, looking at our repeater maps, it looks like there should be fairly good coverage up there. So, maybe just edging over on that one potentially at Flatirons. A good suggestion I would have is the Anytone 778 UV, 25 watt for about $120. It's a pretty good option. Otherwise, you'll probably be paying maybe double for 50 watts. So anywhere between $250 to $300 for 50 watts. 25 watts should suffice. So there's probably some good options out there. That'd be my 2 cents. Anyone else, though? Options on portable radio operations and suggestions of what to purchase, go right ahead. This is K1 DBC Net Control. No, Ed asked in the chat if that is a handheld. It is not. The most wattage you'll probably get out of a handheld is 10 watts, I think. a recent model, 8 or 10 watts. Otherwise, you will have to have something at least temporarily or permanently installed in a vehicle to your battery. Yeah, anyone else though? Go right ahead. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Let me see. Yeah, antenna. What antenna? Let's see here. This is K1 DBC Net Control. Any mag mount antenna. This just uses this radio specifically just uses a standard SO259 PL259 UHF connector. So just any standard. And I use a what's called a through glass antenna. I'm trying to find it here. When I operate from my vehicle, at least, I have it hooked up to what's called a through glass antenna. No holes required, no drilling required. Basically, this antenna sits on the outside. It kind of looks like an old school kind of cell phone antenna you would see. I have it on the back left of my vehicle. This works quite well. It can handle up to, I think, 100 watts or something like that, 50 watts. Cost of about $40, $50 or so. This is one I use at least. So, yeah, anybody comments, questions, suggestions on what to use for mobile antenna or anything on that, go right ahead.
This is AE0YR. I'm thinking more of a portable like you would throw in your backpack. I have one in my Jeep. I've got a Yaesu FTX 400 XDR in the Jeep.
Okay, so it's something in the handheld kind of series is what you're looking for, just to confirm?
Well, I thought there was a portable genre where you can carry like almost like we do with Saturday in the Park. You carry a battery, a little transceiver, and a wire or a telescoping mast. You could throw an antenna up on that's not huge that you could carry in a pack. I just don't know about that, but I thought there was such a genre out there.
Gotcha. I think some of those are more on the HF side, if that's what you're looking to do. Yaesu FT891, I think someone mentioned. I think we also talked about the Xiegu G90 quite a bit. Those are quite popular as well. Let me see. Yeah, the Xiegu G90, I think, yeah, the term portable, there's some misconception, I think, with that. It's kind of odd. I'll have to dig through it because I think there's handhelds and then there's portable, and portable, I think, is what you actually put in a vehicle. It's kind of odd, but let me see, though. Let's see some comments here in the chat real quick. Let me see. KD0CGF said on the cheap side for a dual band, agree with any tone. For portable antenna, he would get a Comet antenna. Let me see. Got a check in here by K0BF. Really do appreciate that. Looking at maybe spool antennas. Yeah, if you have any further questions on that, go right ahead, though, Ed.
No, I appreciate all this, everyone. I suppose I need to do my homework a little bit more. The reason it came up was when I used my handheld, and I just threw my call sign out. I didn't get any response, and so I thought, if I threw an antenna up, and I guess as Daron just mentioned, get out on HF, I'd have more of a chance of hearing from someone, particularly if you needed help. It would be nice to get a response. So I will research it a little more. Thanks, everyone. AE0YR.
All right, this is K1 at DBC Net Control. I do appreciate that. Appreciate everyone's comments. Yeah, it's lots of research to do, lots of things to look up for sure. Hamradioschool.com, at least they're saying there's a handheld, mobile station is installed in a vehicle and will have a handheld microphone with a push to talk. What other? And then base station, and your more chunkier stations that you would have in your home. Portable ham radio station, a station that is transported to a location other than its normal operating location. It's not the same as a mobile that is almost always traveling. Instead, consider an operator who transports his base station to a camping location and powers it with a battery to communicate while camping. Or an operator may take a station from home to a state park to operate. Portable operations. So it looks like there is a portable category. I think they're often, though, HF, it feels like, other than some of the kind of the ones like Anytones and things like that, though. But Anytone would kind of suffice. You could do the exact same thing. You could very easily take that and operate 25 watts in the field. You would need a power source, though, and an antenna. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Yeah, great question. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, portable operations, plenty of options, whether it be HF or VHF, UHF. There's plenty of options out there for you. And it is surprising that you weren't able to make. I wonder if did you key up the repeater? Did the repeater come back to you if you had keyed it up? Do you remember?
It was awfully windy that day. I mean, almost to where hard to stand up windy. So I'm not certain that I did. I was under the impression that I had because I was right at the highest point in the Flatirons. Maybe I'm falsely assuming that I did. So I'm not certain.
It should, just like operations on the nets here, it should operate the same way. You should hear a squelch come back, or the repeater time or name. So if it does successfully key up, you should hear something, regardless if no one unfortunately came back. So yeah, just something to think of. We also had AF0SF checking in. Really do appreciate that. I'll take this opportunity if you're just tuning in and you'd like to check in. This is the Denver Radio Club Learning Net. Great place to learn about ham radio and STEM topics. We have plenty of experience and expertise. So if you'd like to check in just for the count, or if you have any traffic questions, please call now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Let me see. Any other comments, questions, check-ins? We got plenty of time here still. I can certainly read off something from ARRL or some recent news or something. But anyone else, though, please call now. All right. Let's see. I had recently spoke about getting a Duplex Brandmeister hotspot. I finally did get that up and running. It basically, if you aren't aware of what hotspots are, it basically allows for a DMR radio to communicate over the internet to the DMR protocols. Normal hotspots are simplex, meaning they transmit and receive on the same frequency and can only allow what's called the talk groups, only one talk group at a time. The duplex one it has different transmit and receive frequencies. I'm having a little bit an issue with mine. It is working, but kind of only intermittently, so I'm still having to troubleshoot it a little bit. So That is my foray into some recent DMR Brandmeister stuff. Go right ahead. This is K1 DBC Net Control. I'm trying to confirm some information here I might pass along. Let me see here. I guess there's potentially some news of a recent silent key. I'd like to verify before, because we have unfortunately made a mistake in the past about mentioning a silent key. I just need to double check some things, but we'll verify that and we'll let you know. But maybe do look forward, or not look forward to, but yeah, we'll confirm and let you all know. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. I don't have a whole lot more. I was going to talk about antennas. I might save that for or microphone basics. Might save that for next week. Some differences between backgrounds and histories of different microphones, dynamic, capacitor, and electrets. What else? I wonder if anybody else has any other further comments, questions, or check-ins or anything. Please call them.
KF0 UUC with a question.
Yeah, KF0 UUC. Chad with the question. Please call now.
Sorry about that. Switched radios. Not sure if this one is making it. I'm wondering if there's any guidance, tips, or tricks with record keeping. Not really a technical question, but something of interest for new users. If users, operators normally test every radio they use for cleanliness, power, things like that, and keep those records on file in their office. Just curious if there's tips or tricks on that.
Great question. Record keeping about maybe equipment that you have and states that they're in. I don't actually tend to do that myself. I'm sure maybe some more anally retentive people out there certainly do. Our club does, obviously. We have a inventory list of all of our equipment. But I'm not sure the average ham would do that. But maybe a spreadsheet is at least what we use, just for the makes, models, serial numbers, things like that, and any status that they're in. Yeah, great question. Record keeping about equipment. Anybody have suggestions on that? Go ahead.
Good evening. The time is 8 p.m.
All right. Mentioned in the chat here, Michael AF0SF mentions that he takes screenshots of waterfalls. So if you do have a radio with a waterfall display on it, for any testing purposes while you're testing something, if it doesn't have the option to take screenshots internally, definitely taking a photo of certain aspects of what something looked like when you were testing something, that's always a good suggestion as well. AI to model antennas to calculate the effective radiated power is also a great suggestion. Anyone else, though, on that, or chat or anyone else, please go right ahead. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Anyone else? Comments, questions, check-ins, or anything else on record keeping of your equipment or tracking changes, tracking fixes, and things like that? Does anybody else do that or have suggestions on that? Go right ahead.
Check, test, radio check, AF0SF.
All right, AF0SF, sounding a little tinny, but a little scratchy as well, but I did get you. Go right ahead if you have something.
0TX repeater. Roger, my signal report being tinny and hard to copy. I'm down here in a low spot north of Bear Creek Lake State Park with just an antenna zip tied to a tree. But yeah, really sorry to hear about Jonathan, and appreciate you doing the net run. Happy New Year, AF0.
All right, sounds good. Appreciate that, AF0SF. Yeah, it's I'm slightly hesitant to mention certain things because it's in the past we have accidentally mentioned something which was not correct, and so I not that I don't trust you, but I just need to take a little bit of time just to confirm. But yeah, that is really truly sorry to hear if that is the case. So, and I'm sure we will be mentioning that as well coming soon here. Anyone else though? Comments, questions, check-ins? Anyone else? Please go right ahead.
K0 GPA Bob in Lakewood. There's a comment.
Yeah, K0 GPA Bob. Go right ahead.
Okay, Jerome. Yeah, sorry I haven't checked in a while, but I was upstairs eating, listening to the scanner. Yeah, it is correct. I got the email yesterday, Monday, I think it was. Jonathan, KE0SUM, passed away last week. He was supposed to work Friday, but he didn't show up at ARRL. And they announced it on the net Tuesday on the Tech Connect net. And I got the email like on a Monday. So far, from what I've heard, it's correct.
Okay, thank you for confirming there, Bob, K0 GPA. That is really unfortunate to hear, KE0SUM, silent key. Quite a long time member of our club, and yeah, if other clubs are mentioning it, and it was mentioned, I probably feel a little bit more comfortable with that. So that is incredibly unfortunate to hear. You're a great member, a great participant. He'll always be known, and definitely in our hearts and minds of his family and loved ones. So, wow. Yeah, very, very sorry to hear that.
I know you used to love to check in with this net and talk about antennas and stuff like that. Anyway, you'll be missed. I've known him for quite a while. K0 GPA.
Well, this is K1 at DBC Net Control. I'm not sure where to go from here. It's some awful news, awfully sad news, and not easy probably just to move on. But I don't know. I'll throw it out if anyone else has any further comments or questions or check-ins. We might start to wrap the net up, but anyone else, please call now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Fortunately, a sad note to end on, but yeah, this is K1 DBC Net Control. I'll throw it out. Any further comments, questions, check-ins? We might start to wrap the net up though from here. All right. This will probably be the last call for comments, questions, check-ins, anything else. For this evening's Learning Net, please call now. Well, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Again, may Jonathan KE0SUM rest in peace. 7-3. It was his final call. One of our last nets. It's really, really tough to hear that. So with that, I'm gonna wrap the net up for this evening. I appreciate everyone who's been able to confirm that and been here with us this evening. We thank and appreciate everyone who's checked in. We appreciate our club for allowing us to use their repeaters. w0tx.org for more information on our club. We'll meet again next week, just like we do every week. So Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. With that, this is K1 DBC Net Control, 7-3, and I'll be clear.